I am really excited, okay? So this might be a little lengthy, I apologize, because there is so much, this is so important, so much detail, because this was a local Mandela effect. I actually did a YouTube on this one about, I think it was on New Year's Eve. I'm trying to remember if that's what it was. And this, so you got to go back and look at this one, because we actually decoded that local Mandela effect of this hotel Monte Vista. When we decoded it, actually even a sister helped me, that certain words were taken out. And now I should have reviewed it before I did this video, but you can go back and look at it, because now we have a new communication from the spiritual world, from the Father in heaven, the angels, architects, Lord, all of them. This is just amazing, folks, because there's a long story behind this. I'll be real quick, so because you knew this. So you have to go back and look at this Mandela effect they did on the Hotel Monte Vista. That it was doing these, I've been working in Flagstaff, Arizona for, about 4 months, and it was lit one way for this entire time. There was even a painting inside the hotel that had it designated a certain way with this painting, right? Well, okay, so what happened was that it had changed, and in the Mandela effect, it actually did a communication through Spanish. It said something like the whole view of the street, or the whole view down the street, or the view, a beautiful view of kind of like the world, right? You know, and so we decoded that it meant in Spanish, the way they rewrote this letters. That's what it meant, because it changed overnight. One time I was driving down Flagstaff, and I said, "What?" I said, "The sign has changed." I said, "It's been that way since the 50s, they claimed, because they'd had a painting that had it a certain way, and it just flipped. And then, so I went and talked to the folks inside. They weren't sure, the typical backstory. I don't know why the sign, and so it got so funny that I said, "So you guys didn't have any electrical issues, this and that?" I said, "No, the sign, it's always been that way," and it should, or no, they didn't. They said it might have always been that way. We're not sure. Never really paid attention. So I went down to this other, so I said, okay. So I went down to this other hotel down here that they know them, right? And they know about this place, and they talked to some employees there, and you can't see it, but it's that one right there. It's this one that's got this, I'll try to zoom in a little bit. That one with the blue too, the two oldest hotels in Flagstaff. So I said, hey, down the street, they've got some weird thing that the lights changed. It's been that way for 50 years. And now they're saying it, and you know what they said? The hotel down there said, "Oh, well, that's just part of their Halloween trick." Oh, it may have been actually Halloween versus, New Year's. I'm sorry about the dates, because I'm always moving around the world. I think it's around Halloween. Yeah, it was near Halloween. They said, "Oh, that's just part of their ploy to try to get more." They said they've been kind of slow down there, and they're just trying, the backstory. They're just been slow, and they're trying to get more business from us. And so I said, "Really? Okay." I said, "That's kind of a little off." So anyway, so I went walking from back down there to down here to this Hotel Monte Vista. I talked to them again. I said, "Are you guys booked?" They said, "Oh, we're completely booked. We're booked 2 months out from now." I said, the hotel down there said, "You guys are just trying to steal some competition." They said, "What?" I said, "We don't need it. We're busy out of our minds." I said, we're booked for 2 months. We can't handle anymore. We're turning people away." I said, "Really?" They said, "Yeah, we don't want any more business." So it was a whole backstory, I don't know. So anyway, so here's the thing is, we had that local Mandela effect. Look at it now. It's completely out. Boom. It's completely out on that side. But I need to look at the sign. So I'm doing a YouTube. No, it's called the Mandela effect. You have one right here. You heard the Mandela effect?
No.
Okay, Mandela effect is where time has been rippled and things like this. It's because God's waking people, not to get religious on you. Yeah. It's true, the Mandela effect. And you can look at my channel, YouTube. We have one right here. This Hotel Monte Vista's changed, and people can't explain why. It's called the Mandela effect, but don't lose your mind if you heard about the Mandela effect, okay? All right, so anyway, they never heard of the Mandela effect, okay? So anyway, here's the thing is that, so they may be completely asleep. I'm not sure if we woke them up or not. Who knows? Anyway, so you have the Hotel Vista here, and so you got hotel, and the Monte is gone. It used to say Monster, so it's kind of like evil, demonic, and now it's changed to just Hotel Vista. Now that part of the sign may have always been, I'm not sure. So I'll have to look back to see if any part of this, because I know that definitely up there is fully lit. So everything's dark now. So what's that sign, folks? What does that mean? You know what I mean? What does everything gone? Because it went from, that's what it had changed from the whole Monte to, it changed the whole Monte to the whole Vista, you know, from a monster to a street or something. And then, see, I wish you would better decoding this, to now it's completely out. To, and in this one, I'll have to check, it says hotel. Let me zoom in here so you can see this. Hotel, Vista, okay? And then that's completely out, okay? I'm gonna walk in there and see, that's the problem is people see you recording, they say, what's going on here, stuff like that. So, boy, that clock is off. You kidding me? Whoa, is this Times Square? I'm gonna show you this clock here in a second. I don't want people get so nervous about recording, my goodness. If you've done nothing wrong, don't worry about that. Look at the clock. That clock is off, folks. Look at that. It's saying 9, you know, it's like 4, almost 4 o'clock. Are we back to the future? Not kidding you, because that clock is off, right? Am I looking at this correctly? I'm gonna take a photo of that while we're doing this. That clock is off. You're kidding me. Are we in a portal of time here? You know, this is crazy. Because that clock is, I mean, yes, clocks can be off, but boy, for a major, for Flagstaff Air established 1892, I mean, sorry, 1882, to have a clock that nobody pays attention to that's off. Yeah, we just had a time change. Boy, that's a big time change difference. So there's probably something communication in this, you know what I mean? Folks, not everything, some things are just mishaps and things like this, but there's nothing such thing as everything's a coincidence, by the way, anymore. So if you're seeing certain things, pay attention to those things, because that is God speaking, the angels, or something else. They're talking all the time now, because we are in very good moments. Now, don't lose your mind, because I've seen people, they're analyzing every car license that drives by, and that's just absurd. You know, like, oh, that means this. You can cross-correlate things to everything. Yeah, I'm serious. I've seen, 180 to 180 degrees. You know what I mean? Like here, a detour 180, right? And that could be truth, though. Saying turn around 180 degrees, because I have seen the Lord and the Father have dropped bottles to me to point me to directions. I'm not kidding you, folks. Sounds crazy. And I used to track them. I'm like, well, what's that going to? You know, because I'm serious, you seek, you shall find. So I was seeking everything. I was following rocks, stones. You'd laugh, but I was like trying to understand this world, this reality in. I was tracking everything. That was when I was kind of gross to it. But anyway, so do pay attention to your environment, right? Because, you know, the street signs, the places, the buildings, the way they're laid out, the things they say is important. This has all been designed and architected by the angel architects. So you understand that's part of your reality. Is you got to understand, you know, it's right there. It's a living museum of our spiritual world. It's like this Babbitt brothers, that probably has some history or story to it, right? I think I do know something about this. Somebody told me that there was some kind of negative story in one of these buildings that I could probably walk into and find some history on it. Okay, so that clock is off. Okay, so I'm gonna go later on and look at the other side. Even streets, street signs, street symbols, Aspen, San Francisco, very important. San Francisco, okay? Pay attention to the world around you, right? So I'm scanning everything right now. See another side of this? It's called the Pita Pit. Well, you don't want to be in the pit. Yeah, it's the pit of hell. So right there is a side, boom, right? I know it sounds crazy. We go here, the pit. So we got the pit on this side. Yeah, so that's actually a negative thing right there. You know, the pit, the bottomless pit. Luke Skywalker, even when he falls into, in one of the Mandela Effects, Luke, I'm your father, and he says no, and he falls down the pit, you know, like the beast in the pit. Luke, the star, he falls into that thing. So the Pita Pit, fresh thinking, healthy eating. Oof. Well, I don't know. That's a spoon not full of sugar. It's got a spoon shape. So anyway, there's the Pita Pit. All right, so there's something there. So you got the pit and say, oh, you're gonna get grilled. Yeah, you're gonna get grilled in there, boy. You're gonna get fried. Look at that. Ooh. It's not a Freemason symbol. That's like 2 axes. Anyway. Okay. The north face. You got the Babbitts. Not sure what you can discern about the Babbitt brothers. ranchers, merchants, Indian traders. That's a neat old thing, isn't it, though? It's a neat old building. They actually did architecture. And that's the thing is, too, is the brother and I, telling the brother in Boise, Idaho, we're trying to understand the mud flood and things like this. We think that there were different timelines and time zones, not time zones, different timelines and different type of like earth realities that are merging in a singularity. That's why we're seeing like pyramids pop up in the United States of America, all these crazy things. The mud flood probably existed in somebody's reality, earth or timeline. But see, you gotta understand, Satan's run out of time, so he's been ripping time himself because they're running out of time, the fallen angels. That's one reason for that. Number two is that you gotta realize that that we have this thing where everything's merging into singularity for the truth and everything else like that, okay? Now, this is very important to me. It's personal because I was born on the 24th, okay? And it has the number 24 right there, okay? 24, okay? Now, sometimes things get personal, sometimes it's just a general knowledge. Right there is the number 24. That's my favorite number and also my family's number. Don't get caught up too much in numbers. They're just numbers, but numbers, God speaks through mathematics, even through pi. Pi actually even has Jesus written right in there. But everything's actually written in pi. Your entire life, your entire story could be found if you followed it long enough. Pi, your entire story, even the moment of you watching this video, it'd say there's somebody sitting there in front of their computer or phone, your name watching it, because it'd be written in pi. Because if you follow those digits and turn them into letters, eventually your story, your entire life has been written in that pi. But don't get caught up in that too much, okay? Pi is one thing that God has been communicating through, because man cannot change pi, folks. You can change the Bible, you can change history, which we've seen. You can change many things, but pi is always held true. Is it not true? Pi, and that's why pi, golden ratio, Fibonacci are important things that you should understand. Don't lose your mind, because the most important thing is love one another, right? And, you know, do your duty as a good, God-fearing lady or gentleman. That's the most important things. But if you want to dig deeper into your reality, to the spiritual world, you can look into those things. But like I said, you got to be careful, because it gets very deep, folks. You get deep in that rabbit hole, and I don't want you to get so deep that you almost lose your mind. All right? Because it's not the most important things. We do what we do because we're here in this moment. We're living for now, right? And that's the thing, is we're in the Satan Lord versus Lord script, and that's what we're going to fight for, okay? That's the most important thing. You got to follow the rules, folks, and those rules are important. They're also by human nature, okay? So, let's see what else. I see I'm babbling again. So my mother says, God, your things are too long. Dates are important, so we'll have to look at that date. I was going to look at the other side of this thing if the clock is different. I love trains. I hear the train run. I used to, I stamped a heart one time. I made it, took a piece of copper wire, made it into a heart shape, and let the train run over it. Called train art. So it's the same thing on this side. So they're leaving that thing at 4 o'clock. So the current time here, just so you know, 9:37. And 9:37 looks like you got almost, no, it's 3:53? Yeah, see, 45, 50, 52 and a half maybe. Somewhere almost 3:53. And I got, so that thing is off. Almost 4 o'clock. I'm surprised nobody's changed it or noticed it. Catch 22. Are you kidding me? 22 is a funny catch 22 right there. I'm reading that building, and it says you got to be careful walking that one. That one, it says like 24. I'm not trying to make a big deal, but 24 is one of my favorite numbers. 24 hours a day, 24 carats gold, 24 this, 24 that, right? There's a lot of important numbers, though. Your number, you might have one. There's many important numbers. This one's just important to me. Mountain sports. Well, I'm from Colorado. I love mountains. I like local. Keep it local. I said, you know, keep, I wanted local farmers markets, local fresh foods. Life. Oh, that's like a trinity. Local, life. Yes, live your life. Don't ever fear, and just live life. Be free, right? And style. Be stylish. You know, don't fall into the herd mentality. Be your own person. Be your own style. Be your own personality. Your own personification. I'm trying to think of that dang word. Anyway, that's a trinity: local, life, and style. The LLS. That's not the Mormon. They always had their acronym. But they're good people, right? So I'm not judging them. You know, the LDS, Lord of Latter-day Saints. The LLS, Lord of Latter-day Saints. Oh shoot, Lord of Latter-day Saints. Okay. Anyway, they had the LLS. So the local life and style. Mountain sports. I love sports. And look at this. You got the sun above the mountains. That's cool. Okay. That's cool. So sorry about it. One-way direction. There's one way to heaven. Okay. And see, that's pointing east. Does that matter? Does the sun rise in the east? Yes, it does, doesn't it? Right? Oh, there's another one way to the north, but that doesn't matter. Aspen, Colorado. Great place. By the way, if you've ever been there, it's a ski resort, great place. Great in the mountain town. Aspen, like I said, San Francisco. Been to San Francisco. San Francisco treats. I wonder if they've Mandela affected that one yet or not. You know, there used to be a ride in a trolley. The San Francisco treat, remember that? So anyway, what else do we got here? I'm going to scan for spiritual apparitions, even the windows in this place while I'm looking here, folks. Oh, the moon. I got to show you the moon, right? Here's the moon. Okay, we got this full moon that was actually, this full was on Sunday, and we're one day off now here this Monday. But here's this crazy about the moon. In my old reality, in my timeline, or whatever you want to call it, there used to be like maybe 4 names for moons an entire year. We didn't pay attention to moons. You couldn't find anything about moons. This reality has got so much into moons. I mean, they got a moon for every month. We got the buck moon, we got the snow moon, we got the blue moon. Sometimes they have two names. I know NASA names a moon one thing, and the people, astrologists, name it another thing. I mean, seriously. I mean, whoa, we used to have like, was the harvest moon, I think. We had a springtime one, maybe. Harvest was in the fall, and then a springtime moon. I can't remember what that one was. But there's like 4 for just each season. You know, it'd be like the spring moon. The rest of them, we just call them full moons. You know, it's no big deal. Nobody cared. Nobody paid attention. Just a moon. Hey, it's a full moon tonight. Oh, okay. You know, no big deal. This thing is so spiritual, so much. But see, we're coming to a new beginning, so maybe everything's been ramped up. Seriously, and you got names, like I said, not to go on about it. Yeah, I'm repeating myself. You're like, Kirk, we got it. I'm just blown away by how many moon names, and they're coming out of nowhere. I'm like, what? So I'm curious if you have a comment about that. Tell me about if you always had multiple moons in your reality, these names, because they are just new. I've talked to many people. I said, yeah, these moons are completely new. Okay, so let me do some more reading here. I should have done this before I talked to you. Rendiguez. I'll see. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see this while I'm talking. Man, I can't even read it through my writing here. It's cursive. It's got a crazy R on it right there. And what's interesting, yeah, the stoplight Mandela effect still bothers me. The green used to be on top, and now it's on the bottom. Boy, that was one of the first things I noticed. See the stoplights. Gosh, that was one of the most. Driving down the road one day, I said, "Why are the stoplights all upside down?" I said, "You're kidding me." And also, then this thing, the sign's taken out. It's only got like PR spirits. I mean, I told you drinking liquor or alcohol will bring out the native spirits in you, and blah blah blah. It is true, you know, spirits, right? So you got to be careful with that stuff, moderation, balance, or whatever, right? So spirits. So is there anything on that? I'll have to think about that one. Anyway, so you got that down there. I wear my sunglasses at night. Got sunglasses in the old building lit up. Yeah, and being a tourist town, you're gonna get like things like that, sunglasses and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you across here. But anyway, I am gonna go inside, but I have to stop recording because that really, you know, gets people nervous, right? So, yeah, I tell you, you really got to be careful with video cameras. Anyway, like I said, one time people thought I was an undercover agent. The guy told me he was gonna punch me and this, that. He said, "You're an undercover agent." I said, "I'm gonna kick your butt right here." Really, bud? Come on. So, oh, the lotus. Oh my gosh, that's from my pet goat too. I think I understand more about the lotus. It has to deal with the current vice president, by the way. I do. I think I've tied her to a situation. I won't describe it completely because I'm still decoding the iPad Go 2 with her being the lotus, because even part of her name is a lotus. So, because we have, if you haven't seen iPad Go 2, watch it once. It's just filth. It's predictive programming. But iPad Go 2 has the classroom, and then you know, and one they said represent almost every president or leader. Even Trump was in there, Obama, even wiring, how long they were going to wire everybody up. And then outside you see, you know, you see the checkerboard. No, inside that classroom, the Apple rolls. But see, that iPad Go 2 video even has Mandela Effects in it as well, because it originally didn't have a circle where she drops the apple into a circle like painted gold, and then it rolls out of there. That painted gold I validated with another brother. He said, man, that thing's changed like 3 or 4 times. So you got to be careful. People are trying to decode the iPad Go 2. Well, it's changing on them. I mean, seriously, everything's changing. So be careful in decoding that thing, because it's, you know, that's why I just kind of pay attention in general of that iPad Go 2 video. So anyway, so it shows the apple rolling, and her name means partly lotus, you know, and something else. So I got to be honest with you, I don't trust her, and you know, we're going to see how that unfolds. I got some ideas, but I don't want to speak those words because I could put a spell on it. We can influence the world, I think, and also that the other side's got that taken care of. I'm not worrying about, just doing my duty, not worrying about all the politics, because God and them, they got this all in control. They got a plan for this. So let them carry out that plan. I don't want to interfere with that, but I do want to be aware of events that are occurring around us, right? So that I can have a little bit of prepared, okay? So detour, you can park over there. I got office apartments there, so anyway, I've got much more going on here. And Lotus Restaurant, let's see what else we got here. Numbers are important too. I'm not a numbers reader. If you're numerological, one of the guys know, Midam Lalmont, he can read numbers and he can tell you things about numbers. I can't. That's not a gift I have. Just not good at dang numbers, darn it. Just not good. All right, so I'm gonna probably walk in there. I don't see anything else. Abbott's. They're telling me, I'm looking at the building visually. Remember I told you I've been trained to work on the streets for the Lord and the Father, you know, as a street fighter, and for protection, and be the guy who gets out there. And sometimes it's a dangerous role for me, but I like it because I do the honor for God, but it can be tough. So they had to protect me, so I'm reading it right now. I can actually walk in that building, not have to worry being attacked, even though it's closed. You know, and there's other buildings I can't. This one's on the edge. This one I get really kind of careful in. The one down there is a nightmare. I gotta, you know, I gotta rebuke all evenness and everything. That one down there. That one down there. Boy, that one always, I always get a little on the edge. I know I should never have fear. I don't have fear, just edgy, where I gotta have 100% senses and be ready to walk in, okay? That I gotta be prepared to mentally challenge here. Yeah, this one I'm good tonight. Yeah, they're telling me it's fine. So I'll be able to walk in. Is that true? I'm studying, I'm looking here. Yeah, it should be okay. I've made mistakes, and I don't like to make mistakes. Okay, even the sign over here says ice cream. Yes, put them on ice. Like even police, pull ice. Remember things of phonics too, by the way. Phonics are important. One, a mission. Yeah, I did that. I think I did according to this one previously. I'm sorry this is so long because, geez, we're already at 23 minutes. They're like, God, that's terrible. But anyway, it's important to, so hopefully, you know, trying to read what it says. I did this before during the day on one. So I'm just going to scan it really quick and look at it later, okay? Because it's hard to get it all in there. The something, blah, 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 go, ice cream, mission, ice cream, and boy, it's so faded. Ice, you know. That's the thing, is even that shooting in Boulder, Colorado, I'm thinking of this. That shooting in Boulder, Colorado was Satan. He didn't try to communicate this by the 10, say, you know, 10 people shot, you know, say 10. Yeah, he sent somebody to drive him an hour up north to Boulder. Even the guy's name is Mad. You get it? He's Mad. He is mad, the Mad Hatter, Satan, the devil, mad. And I hate using Satan because I told you every time I speak those words, it casts a spell. And I keep saying I'm going to quit using that, quit giving them attention. But you got to understand. So see, mad. Everything's mad. He's trying to make the world go mad. Even some of the saints, the Mandela Effects, everybody else trying to make everybody mad. Okay. Also, the guy's name was, what was the officer's name that shot and killed? Let's pray for him and his family. I feel so bad about him. His name was it Eric? Yeah, his name was Eric, just like Eric Herod and guy in Cleveland with the Columbine shooting. And Eric, if you break that up, and it ends up ice, ice, evil ice. But not saying the officer was evil. He's probably a great guy trying to defend this. But that was a way of communicating. Satan likes to get his attention. That the guy's name was Eric Talley. You know, I tally the votes, tally the people that I killed. Kirk, you're kidding me. That's kind of gross, isn't it? So you got Eric Talley, and you got Eric Harris. Okay, Eric Harris. Their names are both the same. That's not by coincidence, folks. It's ice. You can break it up. Ice is like this ice cream. Okay. All right. That's enough. I'm sorry it's so darn long. So it is what it is. I apologize, and hopefully that I can cut these shorter. I hope you learned something that didn't babble too long. God bless and love you all.